Wasn't ignoring your comment. I tried making this video like probably 5 times at this point because it is so important that I get this message out there. I think that there's something eerie going on with that mall. Like, why can't I bash a freaking mall? Like, it's a mall. Like, why can't I bash the mall? There's something going on with the American Dream Mall. So yeah, to answer your question, it's not worth it unless you're like in the area or something like that. All you have to do to get this wallpaper is you have to go into AI and say luxury, show me like luxury pictures, and it'll like generate whatever. You know what I mean? It's like, it was just very generic. It's like, think of like, imagine like you have a little girl or something like that, and she wants like a Parisian style bedroom that's like fancy, you know? So you get like a wallpaper for it, or like you decorate it somehow, and it's like poodles, like purses, diamonds, like, bling. It was like that. The wallpaper was just like a butterfly goes into it, like fades into a pearl necklace, fades into a poodle, fades into a diamond, fades into a purse, fades into like a girl blowing up bubble gum. Like, it was just, it was very like, it was giving child's bedroom is what it was giving. And I'm not like a luxury snob. I don't really care. I just think I just don't like tacky. I just don't like tacky. You could tell that whoever designed that did not grow up in such a way that they were consuming the products that they were making the wallpaper for. The products in the area that you can tell, like, this is not someone who buys high end, grew up buying high end, whatever, because, and this is what it is about New Jersey. Like, that's how it is. Like, I don't know, like, I've never like tried to figure out what the state is of like the money situation over there. Like, certain places have a lot of old money and stuff like that. Definitely, New York City, like New York in general does. I don't know about New Jersey. It seems like people go over there mostly to save money and like get tax breaks and stuff like that. Although rich people also do that too. When they have businesses, they'll have like businesses and like have like headquarters and stuff in Mexico for like tax purposes. So, just because someone's wealthy doesn't mean they don't do stuff like that. But yeah, it doesn't even seem, I would say, like, New Jersey aesthetic when it comes to like luxury high end stuff. Like, I was gonna say new money, but it doesn't even seem new money. It just seems very childish. Like a child's, like, you ask a child to design like for Louis Vuitton, like, not even Louis Vuitton isn't even like, whatever. Anyways, like, you ask a child to like make a wallpaper for the luxury wing. That's what they would have imagined for it. You know what I mean? And interestingly enough, I could not find pictures of it online. I'm assuming because it was ugly. I couldn't take pictures because I was overstimulated. I was legitimately in a trance for the 3 days afterwards. I'm surprised I even remembered anything. I was like weirdly, it was like hypnosis. It was like a maze. Like, you know what I mean? It was like a maze. It just felt like, it felt like a mind control experiment. Here is the best image I could find. You see, it's giving child's bedroom. It's very tacky. It's just like, if you ask a child to draw a picture of luxury or whatever, that's like the type of thing. You know what I mean? It's not like giving class, or, it's not giving high end at all. It's just giving like, it's giving like childish, It's not even giving new money, to be, in my opinion. Not that I'm like offended by it. I just thought that was ugly, and I hate ugly things, no matter what socioeconomic whatever it represents. But yeah. And in every video that I talk about the American Dream Mall, I cannot get over the fact that place does not have windows. It was literally like a giant stadium. It was literally like a giant, like, it was like a coliseum, huge, in the middle of like nowhere. There were no trees around it, complete open land with direct sunlight hitting it. Like, it was crazy, and they had no windows except for the luxury wing, because I guess natural sunlight is a luxury. But yeah, it was just like this huge object in the middle of nowhere with nothing surrounding it, with the sun hitting directly at all angles. It was and there was not a window. It was insane. And there's also like this article talking about the importance of natural sunlight and how it can affect like your lifespan even. I really think that this is some type of weird, I wouldn't be surprised, like, I don't want to say, like, like, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, there's something very, very nefarious going on with that mall, to say the least. it really seemed like a mind control experiment, and like there's so many kids there. It was like very bizarre. And also like it was big in a way that like there was like also the creepiest part to me, and I was going to go into a more in-depth video, but the creepiest part to me, well, one of the weird parts is they had like I was there in June, and they had like a ski area, and with like fake snow and everything, and it's like, imagine going to the mall in the middle of June to fake ski. You know, like, what do you get? Like, you're bringing like your down coat and all your like winter materials, and you're putting it in and you're like driving it over to the mall in the middle of June. Like, I get having like a ski station, like as like a pop up, like November through February type thing, but I don't understand, why is that running in the summer? Why are people doing that? I like, what the heck? Like, it's just like, you know. And then as I was walking also, like there was like, and then there was like the creepiest part of this mall to me was like, at some point I looked up and there was this huge ceiling, like there, and it was like there's steps going up to something that kind of looked like Madison Square Garden, but there was no one there, and it was all dark, and it was massive. Like, it was massive. It felt like I was like, it looked like space or something. It was huge, dark, open space that was closed off. It looked like Madison Square Garden with no one there. Like, I don't know what that was. It gave me the heebie-jeebies. I was going to go into more depths. The wallpaper and the couches in that freaking section were crazy. The couches looked like you got the, like, I'm sorry, that whole thing was like you're decorating your child's bedroom. Like, you want your little girl wants a Parisian theme, and you have like a TJ Maxx Marshall's Home Goods budget for it. It, like, all that stuff, it was giving like it was very much giving like those Vogue posters you get at TJ Maxx or Marshall's, you know what I mean? Like, you could get like a Chanel, like some blingy Chanel thing at TJ Maxx, like that's like a poster in a frame. It was giving that. Like, it wasn't giving like the real deal, you know. And for some reason New Jersey is just like that. I don't really understand why, and I don't understand what's going on with, like, you know, because I would assume if there's like old money out there or whatever, and they're trying to attract that, they would have designed it a bit differently. But then again, people are out of it, even in like the design teams, because people just get their jobs in like whatever type of way. You know, it's not like, you know, somebody just knows somebody, and like, so that, which results in someone not being qualified. You know, like, that happens a lot in the creative fields. So, you know, like, so you'd be surprised like what people legitimately come up with. But like, you know, I don't know. It was very bizarre to me. And I guess that's like what I have to say about it.